Meet the Gumpert Apollo and the Apollo IE, two cars related but separated by over a decade and angles. This vision all started in the early noughties, in a world before the iPhone or the Nintendo Wii. They're as niche as they come, ludicrously powerful, and the story that links them is interesting. The Gumpert Apollo is not a normal car. It was never supposed to be normal. As with most modern cars with a founder's surname on the badge, it was the genesis of a potential lineage, a halo, a statement of intent. You see, Roland Gumpert wanted to make something to go racing in, but also something for the road.
Before he put his name on the nose of a car, Gumpert was a bigwig at VW and Audi, most notably, in the 80s. When he spent a lot of time at Audi Sport, when he did all the winning. Now with that start, and a team of crack engineers behind him, the Apollo, couldn't have had a better birth.
Now the story itself involves lots of business deals with Audi to use things, hopes, dreams, that kind of thing, but here's the top line. Around the turn of the century, Gumpert, fresh from being very important with Audi in China, went back to Germany and was asked to work on a new car. That new car became this. Its mission was to bridge the gap between road and race car, offering people who wanted to drive to Le Mans, do a quick 24 hours and then go home in the same car, the opportunity to do just that. After prototypes, the Gumpert Apollo went into production.
Now the Apollo comes with a 4.2 litre Audi-sourced turbocharged V8 in the middle. It came with, lots of shapes and sizes of spec. Anywhere from 650 to 800 to, but this is the Apollo S. Now the S came with 730 horsepower, would do 0 to 62 in less than 3 seconds, and would top out at more than 200 miles an hour. No surprise really, it weighs about 1,300 kilos, which is nothing at all. And you can adjust every corner, so you can set it up to your track of choice, or just pin it and listen to whooshing noises. Whooshing noises! It's a bit sparse in here, not gonna lie, but today the sort of power this thing makes, you can have in a family car. Lotus will do you an Electra with 900 horsepower. But back when this was new, you could go the Bugatti route with lots of luxury and leather and all that nonsense. Or you basically made an Exocet missile with nothing in it and a massive engine, like this.
The Audi connection doesn't just extend to the Apollo's engine. Gumpert was a small company, and developing its own switchgear wasn't really within budget, so you'll recognise things from various turn-of-the-century Audis, like this air vent. That's off a TT.
There's also this switch down here, it's adjustable traction control, which you can change from lots to not lots, depending on your mood. Today we're going to have it set to lots, because it's not my car, and I'm pretty sure you can't pick up a Gumpert Apollo rear 3/4 on eBay for a tenner. I don't think you can do that. So let's stay wrapped in cotton wool, shall we? Let's do that.
With its massive wing, some underbody tricks, and most of what you can see on its body, it could generate so much downforce that Gumpert said you could drive it upside down in a tunnel if you could find someone mad enough to give such a thing a go. But it's a car designed for track things, so that sort of downforce is kind of to be expected. The Gumpert Apollo is a wild ride, and yet somehow the IE we're going to drive later is more?
This is one of those cars that you read about and you watched on the telly and you went, wow, I bet that's really awesome. And you know what? It is really awesome. It weighs absolutely naff all, and you can feel it in how it puts itself around the corner. I won't lie, I'm getting comfortable with it. It's got so much more to give. The grip on offer is quite bad, but when you properly push it, you get turbo noises. I like turbo noises. They're good noises. There's a 6-speed sequential gearbox in this one. In various specs, you could have it with 7 if you ask nicely. It's quite hard. because you have to use a clutch for it. And you've got to be quite forceful with the stick. But when you get used to it, it's kind of easy, sort of. It's not that mid-engine thing where the front can just do what it needs to do. And they'll just let you do it. You follow it, you tip it in, around it goes, and then you put the power down, and then you get lots of power. Lots and lots of power. It's ferocious. And the brakes are good. Wait, Christ. The brakes are really good. I enjoy that. It is, yes, challenging to look at, but it was made to do this. I have a test driver, lovely man called Florian, who drove this around the Nürburgring in 7 minutes and 11 seconds. In the noughties. In the noughties. That's mental. It's staggeringly good. This is the ultimate track day toy. It's a serious bit of kit. They didn't make many, and that's a shame. It just feels so pleasingly old school. Yes, the steering is delightful, and it picks up pace effortlessly because it's so bloody light. It's addictive. It feels like a big Lotus Elise, but you know, better, and with that noise in it. What a treat! This, though, is a proper track weapon. What came next? A little bit different.
The Apollo was certainly a purposeful car. It was savagely fast and very grown up, definitely not for the faint of heart. It even held the Top Gear power lap record for a spell until a Veyron beat it. It is a good time, but it didn't set the world alight. Few were sold, and while follow-ups were attempted, they didn't really come to pass. In 2013, Gumpert's company went the way of all flesh. Except it didn't. Sort of.
In 2016, the company came back. A new era this time, they said. No V8s, they said. No turbochargers. V12, though. And lots of pointy bits.
Unveiled in 2017, this is the Apollo IE, no longer a Gumpert or anything to do with Roland Gumpert. The freshly minted Apollo automobile dropped the Intensa Emozione, a car that took some of the spirit of the Gumpert and, well, just look at it. Look more. That's enough. No more looking.
It's a bit different from the Apollo. For one, it doesn't look like an angry beaver. It's all swoops and angles and things like that. Kind of feels like it wouldn't look out of place in, well, a man cave. Very expensive man cave. Now, when this thing was developed, initially, it was done remotely, which means it was developed all over the world. The designer's a Brit, so part of this was initially designed in Manchester, on a kitchen table. Big fan of swoops and angles, that chap. Huge fan.
The pointiness isn't just for show and threatening pedestrian ankles, it generates a stupid amount of downforce. At launch, Apollo said it would generate 1,350 kilos of the stuff at 186 miles an hour, like an LMP racer, basically. In fact, talking of racing, it was built as an homage to the GT1 era, when racers sort of looked like real cars, which was cool. Now, when it was new, Apollo said it was built to meet and exceed FIA standards, you know, just in case GT1 or hypercar racing ever became a thing again. Just in case, to be sure. So they knew they could, if they could.
Interestingly, you kind of sit on the chassis, there's no seat, so padding is moulded around the owners. That's quite fun. A little bit weird.
What about the engine? Well, it's in the middle, which is the best place for it, frankly. It's a 6.3 litre V12 derived from a legendary Ferrari engine, the F140, and via a 6-speed gearbox, it drives the rear wheels. As standard, the IE came with 780 horsepower and 561 pound-foot, But Apollo did say, a fair few years ago admittedly, that after a feasibility study, if an owner decided they wanted it, they could tune it to 1,000 brake horsepower. That seems fanciful and wonderful, and all of that without turbochargers, superchargers, or a lick of hybridity. 0 to 62 takes 2.7 seconds, and it'll top out just shy of 210 miles an hour.
I saw this car last 7 years ago when the man said, oh, 1,000 horsepower, but it's not a numbers car. All right, let's have a think about what Apollo actually means when it says numbers car, shall we? While we're doing that, let's talk about the exhaust. It's a titanium Inconel mix, which sounds rather lovely. It came with different baffles, so you could make it louder or quieter depending on where you were going. The tips on the back are 3D printed titanium. That's pretty cool, and at the time, they said, well, to 3D print those costs the same, get this, the same as a contemporary BMW M4. A whole car!
It's quite extreme then, and that's before we talk about its F1-inspired pushrod suspension or adaptable Bilstein dampers or the pneumatic lift system hidden in its body for quick wheel changes. Or that because it's mostly carbon fibre and light materials scraped from clouds or some nonsense, it weighs just 1,400 kilos. It's a spaceship. It's a pointy V12 powered spaceship.
I was at the unveil of this in 2017. When the covers came off, I made some involuntary noises. The sort of involuntary noises that would require a bleep machine. I've been waiting nearly a decade for this. What an excellent thing. So what's it like to drive? It feels so light. I mean, it is light, but it feels more like a Lotus than a near 800 horsepower hypercar. And the noises it kicks up, you can hear cogs whirring, you can hear the engine. But when you give it a tickle, woo, oh boy, when you give it a tickle, it flies. It absolutely flies. The steering is so direct, you just point it, and away it goes. The throttle response is so fine. Just noise, please. Noise, please. Noise, please. That V12 sounds incredible. Listen. Oh, and I'm barely even troubling this thing's capability. There we are. Oh. What is this? This is ridiculous and I love it. What a car. What a car.
Apollo's now in new hands, and at its new home in Germany, there's a further, more extreme take on the IE being built, the Evo, which is somehow pointier and angrier. It's very much track only and can come with what they call a 3D printed dragon scale exhaust. If the IE's the tame one, this thing is going to be incredible.
So the Intensa Emozione produces Intensa Emotions. I'm pleased with that. That makes me happy. It's a very, very special thing. There's only ever going to be 10 of these for the populace. 10 people have got these in the world. Last one's been built. If you have to ask how much it is, sorry friends, it ain't for you. What a thing!